while back, as I was riding my bike on the sidewalk in the town where I live, a group of 3 police officers, also on bikes, caught up to me and stopped me. One of them requested the usual ID and explained to me that riding on the sidewalk wasn't allowed. Then he gave me a little pamphlet where I could find all the traffic rules that applied to cyclists. Fortunately, they were nice and understanding. They let me go with a warning, and that was the end of it. But it got me thinking, why the fuck aren't bicycles allowed on the sidewalk? And how is it more appropriate to put them on the street along with cars, minivans, pickup trucks, and huge semi-trucks, all of those moving at least 4 times faster than them? What's the logic here? I've got wheels, therefore I belong with a 10-ton monstrosity going at 50 kilometers per hour more than I do with a pedestrian whose size and weight roughly equal that of myself and my vehicle combined? And sure, cyclists are faster than pedestrians, but bikes are extremely maneuverable. I can swerve around them, slow down and let them move out of the way, dismount and go around them. Besides, cyclists rarely attain particularly dangerous speeds. As a teenager, I once hit an elderly pedestrian by accident while trying to catch up to a bus. He didn't even fall down. He asked me if I was okay and he just kept walking. Here's the deal. If you're operating a motorized vehicle with an engine of any kind that allows it to go as fast as traffic, you belong on the street. If not, you belong on the sidewalk, when there's no bike lane, of course. Why is that simple logic so far beyond the comprehension of legislators? As a cyclist, it's really unpleasant and sometimes very dangerous to be sharing the road with much larger and faster moving vehicles. And as a driver, having to go around slow assholes on bicycles all the time is annoying and irritating as fuck. Not to mention those moments when I'm stuck behind them because there's a stream of cars in the other lane and I can't go around. Logically speaking, speed should be the only defining criteria as to where vehicles belong. And before you make the argument that pedestrians are slower than cyclists, consider this. A. The average speed of a cyclist is much closer to that of a pedestrian than it is to that of any motorized vehicle, given that the cyclist is just using his bike as a means of transportation and isn't training for the next Tour de France, that the pedestrian isn't a 93-year-old with cancer, and that said motorized vehicle isn't subjected to a ridiculously low speed limit, which sadly is the case in certain suburban areas and in school zones. B. On average, pedestrians and cyclists are roughly equally vulnerable, roughly equally agile, and both can avoid each other, move aside, change direction, and stop pretty quickly. That's not the case for even the smallest car out there. But here's something else. In the pamphlet that the officer gave me, there were at least 2 or 3 pages of rules designed for cyclists specifically, and one of the reasons why he and his colleagues had decided to stop me was that I was apparently going in the wrong direction. Sidewalks have designated fucking directions now? What's next? Will I need to make a full 3-second stop when I reach a public bathroom door in case someone was in there, decided to leave and bumped into me on his way out? You see, formal traffic regulation is necessary when dealing with big, fast-moving vehicles, where things could go wrong very quickly. But what's the point of regulating the movement of bicycles and pedestrians outside of their interactions with motorized vehicles? How about we just tell them go wherever the hell you want as long as you don't fuck around in traffic? And if you do have to fuck around in traffic, here are a few simple rules that you need to follow. How about that instead of a whole pamphlet positing such ridiculous nonsenses? You can't ride a bike with a pair of headphones on, or you can't use any electronic device while riding. Let me ride my fucking bike however I see fit, and you can throw me in jail for life the moment I kill someone. Oh wait, that won't actually happen since a bicycle weighs about as much as a 5-year-old child and can be outrun by a domestic cat. But feel free to send me a bunch of articles documenting deaths by bicycle collision, for rare exceptions will surely disprove the rule of common sense.